Hi, welcome to Pulpy Tamarind channel. Today we'll see how to make chocolate sponge cake. So the ingredients are mostly available at your home. We don't have to buy much. So let's see how we go about it. So we require 5 eggs, cocoa powder. You can get it from supermarkets. All-purpose flour 2 cups or 250 grams, sugar granules 1 cup, baking powder 1 teaspoon, vanilla essence 1 teaspoon, unsalted butter 250 grams. So now let's start making the cake. So to make the cake we have 3 important stages. The first stage is to mix all the dry ingredients together and sieve them using a drum sieve 2 to 3 times so that all the ingredients mix very well with each other. So first we'll take 2 cups of all-purpose flour or maida, otherwise 250 grams of all-purpose flour. So let's take that first. To that we'll add 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Any brand, whichever is available near your house in the supermarkets is okay. So 3 tablespoons is fine. More than that will give a darker version of the cake. So 3 tablespoons will give a mild light brown chocolate cake. To this we'll add half teaspoon of cooking soda or baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Let the soda and powder be fresh or within the expiry date. If it's above the expiry date, your cake will not come out really well. So add these things. A pinch of salt is a must for all sweets to enhance its taste and sweetness. Now we'll sieve it 2 to 3 times so that if there are any lump formations in the powder, we can remove them. And second thing, it will be evenly distributed and mixed. That's the reason we are going to sieve this. A drum sieve is advisable. You can use any other type of sieve. So we'll do this 2 to 3 times so that we get a well mixed mixture of all the ingredients which are dry. So let's achieve that first. So the first step. So once we are done with it, we'll keep it aside and go to the next step. So the more times you sieve, the mixture gets incorporated very well. See how well it is even colored. So this is the thing we want. So this is light shaded right now, but once you bake it, it becomes dark color. Now the second step. Break all the 5 eggs into any utensil that you're using, and then using an electrical whisk, I'm going to whisk it for 15 minutes continuously minimum, and it should be always in one direction. And if more than that also is okay. We need to get the whole egg as foam. There should be no liquid in the bottom. That you must make sure. This is the second step. Now we'll go to the third step. You can take a cup flattened with sugar granules or a cup of full cup of powdered sugar. So a flattened cup of sugar granules or a full cup of powdered sugar. So any one is fine, and that will come to 250 grams of sugar and equal proportion 250 grams of unsalted butter. Homemade butter is better, advisable. If you don't have, no problem, get it from the supermarket. Then we need to grease the baking tray that we have selected. Whatever you have selected as baking tray, and if it's going to be in oven, obviously it has to be in aluminium. If you're going to keep it in cooker or otherwise, that's okay, but baking trays usually are of aluminium. So let's grease it with butter. If you do not have butter, oil or ghee or whatever is okay. So first let's do that, and then after that we'll dust it with flour. So this is to protect it from sticking to the bottom and to the sides. The cake will come out easily and it won't stick. So that's one reason why we are doing all this. So we need to grease it with butter, oil or ghee, and we need to dust it with flour too. Apart from this, you can keep parchment paper or butter paper. Oh, that will give added protection. So once we're done with this, we'll keep it aside. We should always prepare this before we are going to start the cake, because this is very important. At the last moment, we can't be doing this. So we should always prepare everything in advance, keep ready measurements while making baking, and then go into the process. Baking requires correct measurements. If the measurements are up or down or more or less, the baking will not give you proper end results. So once you're done with this, we'll go into the third stage, which is mixing butter and sugar together. So sugar powder and butter, equal quantities have been mixed here. So I'm again using a electric blender or a whisk, and I'm going to, in the same direction, go on for 15 minutes or more. Minimum 15 minutes, and more than that is up to you. The more you do, more you whisk, the spongier and softer your cake will be. Eggs should be also beaten very well, and butter and sugar also should be mixed very well. These are two very important steps. The last step is bring it all together. So into the butter and sugar mixture, we'll add a bit of flour and a bit of egg foam. So both a little by little we'll add, and using a hand whisk, we'll try to fold everything together again in the same direction and bring it all together. So here better to use a hand whisk because it should be folded. We don't want to whisk it. Enough we have done whisking. Now we need to just bring it all together as a mixture, and we need to pour it into the baking tray and bake. At this point, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. So you can add vanilla essence into the butter sugar mixture or into the batter when you are folding it. So keep folding till all the dry ingredients and the egg mixture is mixed. If this batter you feel it's too tight, you can add a bit of warm milk to loosen it up. If you think it's too loose, a bit of flour will help, but not more than that. Otherwise, the whole ratio will go wrong. So try to stick to the measurements. It will yield proper results. Now we'll just mix it. We've added the vanilla essence too, and now we'll pour it into the baking tray, which has been greased, and preheat the oven. In case you're using oven, preheat the oven. You have a preheat button in some ovens. In some ovens you don't have. In that case, just switch on the convection mode and preheat for 5 to 10 minutes. So once the preheat is done and the alarm goes, you need to keep the tray inside on a low rack. So now we are pouring the whole batter into the cake tin or the baking tray, and like how we usually do with other sweets, do not spread it around with the spatula. Don't do that. Don't try to even it out with the spatula. Tap it 1 or 2 times and it will settle down evenly. Keep it inside the oven. Use convection mode. 180 degrees Celsius is the temperature and 45 minutes is the time. So we need to keep this cake and bake for 40 minutes. In between, you can use a skewer to check whether the cake is baking properly. If in the skewer you have the batter sticking, that means it needs more time. That's the way to check. See how well the cake has come out. Now let it cool and come to room temperature before we turn it upside down on a plate and remove it. So this is the way you make a cake. So this is chocolate sponge cake. So please subscribe, share, like, comment, and press the bell icon. And thank you for watching Pulpy Tamarind. Thank you.